All right. Hello, everyone. So I'm Por. So I'm from Clever. So this is our office here. A little bit about myself before we start the session. So we are a venture builder, Web3 focused venture builder. So I think you all know about a startup, but a startup work on one idea, right? But what we do is that we have a full team of like product manager, engineers, BDs, marketing, working on several products. So that's our venture builder. And then, today we will be talking about Asia entry hacks, market essential. Before we start, I would like our speakers to introduce yourself and your company and a little bit about your role. Maybe Ronin can start because you have the mic there.
Okay. So thanks for everyone to joining this event today. And about myself, I think I'm coming a little bit late compared to other like builders. Many of them are from 2014, 2016. Yeah, I'm started from like 2021, so it's kind of at the near to the downside of the market. So I have like very short time to see how the market is like so crazy, and we see the market is like pumping a lot, and then we miss a chance, we don't know like how to sell, and then after that it's come to the downside of the market, and then we see that all the struggle of the projects were never they are very hot in a period of time, and then after that they got some of those trouble building up the projects and surpass the very difficulties to become to be ready for the next bull run. So during that time when I started my Web3 journey, I just know nothing about technology. I just started from real estate, and then it's just coincidence that I started my Web3 journey, and for now I'm taking the BD role at Viction, and I've I think the time is really short. It's about less than 2 years, but I know a lot about the market, and also I see very interesting people, they very innovative, have very creative products, and to see how the market is growing very fast, as you can see now. Yeah. And then I will pass them to Viction.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Neon, CEO from BUIDL Blockchain Technology. So BUIDL Blockchain is layer 1 EVM compatible. We have our own chain, we have our digital wallet, we have NFT marketplace, we have the developer centers which help support projects that want to build on our chain. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Jane, core contributor at Coinizable Wallet. We are a multi-chain wallet that have integrated with over 130 blockchains, including non-EVM and EVM chains. And luckily we have onboarded over 10 million users worldwide, and we have a comprehensive service that can serve Web3 users for Web3 demand. Yeah, and I'm very happy to be here to share my observation about the market as well as exchange the ideas with our amazing partner speakers. Yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you. So I think we are actually Southeast Asian projects and networks. So it leads here to the reason we are here today is because Devcon is here as well, and it's Thailand Blockchain Week as well. I think I want to see your opinion on why we all know that Asian market is an emerging market, but why crypto people are bullish in Asian market. Like what's special about Asia? What's unique about our region? Maybe you guys can give a little bit of your insight.
Okay, let me go first. I would like to point out some numbers that I went to the token 2049, and I was so subscribed that over 600 side events. And right now we are in the series of Devcon and Thai Blockchain Week with over 900 side events. Yeah, very events that can prove that how hype the Asia market is. And when we look any like crypto adoption ranking, we can see that Asia is always on the top. And I read some reports from Chainalysis. Some countries like Indonesia, India, Vietnam, Thailand, or Philippines are all high on the global crypto adoptions rate, and they not only like leading in the like real users, but also they use crypto daily life for many purposes like a remittance, payment, or trading, or yield farming. And thanks to the high adoption rate, Asia market has a huge engagement in new areas of DeFi, such as like Web3, such as DeFi, NFT, or play-to-earn games. And I would like to take an example about Axie Infinity. Yeah, if you might know about these projects, they have been incredibly popular in some places like Philippines and Indonesia, and people used to live or are living in the life of Web3. They not like speculating the coin. They also like earning, trading, or yield farming, and yeah, gaming on chain. Yeah.
I can actually add to you for Axie Infinity. So 60% of the users are from the Philippines.
Yeah.
So I agree with you about that.
Yeah. So I think I will like give a spotlight for another speaker.
I think similar idea, parts from the emerging market. Also, Thailand has a high adoptions, but one thing is has to do with industry or the country, that in order to have the high adoption in the country, you must have a players that help educate the market, right? Because it might be difficult for people to just Google about the projects and we understand. But for Thailand, I be playing a big part to help educate the market in some of cryptocurrencies and also like projects, blockchains, and crypto is not just the coin. So the blockchain is technology behind. So we try to separate, differentiates the projects and help moving towards the innovations and make people understand and have the mass adoption.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, I think for me, similar to Ronin, I started in this DeFi area like 4 years ago. I'm quite new as well. And I would like to also thank BitCup as well for, I think for the last bull run, just like Viction and Coin98, BitCup has been doing a lot in Thailand, like you guys doing in Vietnam. So I think they contribute a lot to like knowledge sharing and helping people know about like crypto and exchanges as well.
Okay, so I think like when we mention about Asia as part of the like, emerging market, I think it's already like share like how the people are like welcoming like new ideas, new projects, and also like new things coming up to the market. As we have seen on the nature of like Asians, like they are very eager to learn. They are not afraid of like exploring about the new things. And also like it is better to like even if blockchain is very like tech oriented, like they're not afraid of like learning new things, like to learn about like not only NFTs, why is that different, also like how the gaming will be changing with the blockchain support, or even like for DeFi, how it can massively like change the way the traditional the traditional economics is running. So I think like it's more likely to be like how like people, like individuals, people they are like want to learn, and then that's where we see a lot of like adoption, and so the rate of like new Asians are like also on the leaderboards.
Okay, thank you. I have one question for Ronin, as you're from Viction. So do you have like any kind of applications or use case that you think are still lacking in Asia? Or I think we need? I think like from your point of view.
I think like for the payments, it should be something that we should be aware of, and also like as you see on like Americans market or even like or Europeans, we have very dedicated and also like very close, legal policies about how we can using cryptos for payments. But for Asia, it's not adopted all. Like it's very limited for specific countries, and also like there will be limited of like on which utilities or like which kind of payment that you will be using. So it's also like somewhat of the like potentials when it's come to like, Asia, expansion, because, there's a high rate of adoption as well as, they are lacking a lot of like, facilities, but they can still growing. So it's very promising for the project when it's coming to like long-term buildings, and then they really want to expand, further later on, maybe on next cycles in Asia market.
Speaking about payment, do you think it's about regulations as well? Like problem why people are not like adopting it yet?
Yeah, I think it's a tough question. Okay, so actually, for the payments, like the reason why it's not like being very, very like well adopted is, the crypto industry is still very new. And then, to protect the users or even like to protect the government, from like new things. And then we are not afraid of like, we are not aware of all the risks that they should be, like aware to the users and also like to the citizens. So that's where they are kind of doing like slowly, but I believe that once the legal and the policy is formed, so it's basically that's where the market in Asia will actually boom.
I think for regulation, maybe BitCup can also like add to this as well. Like Kun Neon, do you have like any update for us as DeFi people, and like update for like what's the progress in terms of regulations in Thailand, or even if like in terms of Southeast Asia, could you share?
I just want to add a little bit about payment solutions, which I agree that we should have more payment solutions engaged with cryptocurrency or on off-ramp services. However, in Thailand, I still agree that officers they try to protect people from doing, getting fraud or, get the money stolen. If we have to put into a number, I think it's less than 1% understand what is blockchains or cryptocurrency. That's why we still have the regulations, but we moving towards a good side, because the sandbox from Bank of Thailand, for instance, happening with some of the commercial banks already, and now it's open for public. So you should hear the news from BitCup very soon.
Okay. All right. So I think for the next question. Oh, sure.
Yeah, I just want to share a little bit that what I observed from the market. I would love to mention about the AI. When AI is finding its place in so many industries, and crypto is no exception. So I think more and more projects are exploring how AI can bring values and the ease experience for users. And when it comes to AI projects, I think there are two main approaches. The first one is the projects are built around AI. And the second one is the projects are integrated AI into the existing products. And with Coin.ida, we realize the potential of AI from early on. So that is why we integrate AI on our product to level up the user experience. And in the first phase, we would love to help user, especially newcomers, to feel comfortable and confident to the market, because we know that crypto is like a maze. They are getting lost with a lot of terminologies and difficult words, and now they need to have like a crypto companion to help them, to guide them, to navigate, to help them to navigate the every journey of crypto. And that is what we are building, and we would love to share this and here with the audience.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, I agree that AI has been like a very good narrative right now that people are interested in. All right. We have talked about like the overview of the market and also a little bit about regulation and what we need. Now let's move on to more on the marketing side. So I would like to know, like, since we are all from Southeast Asia, do you think it's important to do localization? And what's the strategy or marketing strategy do you recommend for people to, if they want to build product, do anything around crypto, about Web3, like what do you recommend them to do in terms of localization? Anyone can start.
Okay. Let I think most of the one of the most effective tactics that we are applying is like partner locally. Um, we think have a connection with the local guys or the key player in specific regions are very important and easier to enter in the new market. And that is how we apply. Yeah, for example, when we are entering into Thai market, we make friends with Bigup, we make friends with Clever's Finance and CryptoMine or Bitcoin Audit, and then it is very easy for us to understand our audience, yeah, Thai people, and yeah, and that is why we apply it, and we think that it is effective. Yeah.
I think it's similar for especially in Asia, localization is necessary because we have different cultures in each country, and to be honest, like to really understand the culture and get to the local people, is have to be partnership with the local firm. For us, also use the partnership with also traditional business, and to get mass adoptions, to get awareness. By education, but just put the technologies behind it and just, let people learn through what they experience in each day.
Can you elaborate a little bit about education? Like what strategy do you use, or do you go directly to university students first, or more onto mass
Right.
audience?
Okay, we've done many things, right? Because we have the subsidiaries under BitCup Group. So we have the BitCup Academy, which is dedicated for the education part. So we've done some courses. We work with the students, university, school. For BitCup Change, for instance, we doing the projects for mass adoptions. We the first one who launched the Miss Universe NFT. So people who love the, like beauty pack, they just collect the NFTs without, having to ask like, what is technologies behind it? Well, yeah, so they just collect it. And we're working with like the Snag to push the NFT out. And we're working with the football team, for instance. So different like industry.
All right, thank you. So Ronin.
So yeah, I think like I can go with like the Vietnamese market first because I as a BD many like projects they are coming from like Americans or maybe Europeans people. Like they ask if I wanted to really expand in Vietnam because we see a rise in the number of users that in Vietnam. So that's where we want to have a local communities. So how do I tap into this market, or how I can build a more close knit connection with our users? So first, I think that's the point. Like the localization is very important because you need to have finding the right people before you start to building up the communities. So I think like first is let's say if you want to tap in Thailand, you need to first knowing about the people who help you to build the local communities there. Because if you are maybe hiring other people from like maybe Vietnam, so they don't have the landscape of the market, or even if they are not familiar with like Thai language, so how do they communicate with the people? Is because for Asia, like many people they know English very well. But many of them, and especially for Web2 users, they have like kind of like zero knowledge about like blockchain technology and stuff. So how do you educating the blockchain into them, or like how they can start to like create the very first MetaMask or even like other kind of wallets. So first is like we need to have the people that is really understand our market, and also from the project itself, they also need to understand about the culture. So it's similar to Viction when we want to growing ourselves into Thailand. So we need to look into what are the key categories that mostly of the Web3 users are really buying in. So let's say it could be like gaming. We see a lot of like gaming projects growing up. We see Ragnarok, right? It's very like tradition, but still getting lots of attention from the Thai people. And also we see that for the NFTs, the art is more likely to be anime-like a little bit. So that's where we can see when we want to launch a new NFT collection, it should be linked between the mix of anime and also like maybe cultural, traditional elements of the Thai, so that it can impress the people and then to engage them. Like, okay, so maybe they are an expat, but they actually understand about us, and then I really like the art, so I can start to mint or using the product at that time.
I think everyone mentioned local partners when you want to go into emerging markets. Can you share any criterias, or how do you choose your right partner? We have lots of players, but then how do you choose the right partner? Because, for example, Jane also say you reach out to BitCup as a chain, Clevers as a builder, CryptoMine and Bitcoin as media, something like that. How do you choose the right partner to partner with? Like any?
I think it's have to be like the partners dominance in that market.
Mhm.
For instance, like we are also partnership with Coin98 in Vietnam, right? Because we believe that in Vietnam is Coin98 dominant to that market. And also like you mentioned about like partnerships, difference, like the chains, you should one partners, communities, you choose another partner. I believe in the local, there are like communities that are the one dominance in that communities, and then you have to choose the right partner that in that area. Yeah. You want to add anything?
Okay.
From your personal as a BD,
Well,
how do you?
yeah, I think like it's kind of be like right, it can be wrong. Like when we see the first thing as we choosing the partners that we want to be collaborate with is to see on the backgrounds is the basic elements, right? So to see background of the teams and how long they have been building on the Web3 space, and also like is there any like project that they have been like worked before? So it's gonna be a red flag. And also to see the actual products, whether it's matched to the target audience of our projects. So let's say if we are building a chains, we are lacking of this kind of infrastructure, or maybe these categories of the game. Maybe we already have card games, but we need our communities. They want to have more, let's say, fighting games, right? So it's basically like from the needs of the chain and the users' needs, as well as like to verifying the user the projects at the like very deep scales. But it's not like, I think like in Web3 it's really hard to like choosing just by the names, because the things can be happen anytime. Even the good projects, they can sometimes making mistakes. And also we want to to see whether the projects sharing the same vision. Let's say we are a very long-term project, and then what we have seen on the roadmap is very short-term. So is there any long-term collaboration that we can make with them, or it's just like in this time and then later on they will be living away? So I think like still it's the components of first the users need on their ecosystem. The second is the way that we verify, or we choosing which element that it could fit with the products that we are building. And also yeah, I think the last one is like more likely to be really careful with the project that we partnering up with, based on the historical data, the historical contents that they share and what they promise to the communities.
Okay. So we covered how the tricks in going to new market. So I think this time many projects may make mistake when entering new markets. Like what are common mistakes for Web3 projects when wanting to do project in Asia, Southeast Asia, or in general, in your opinion? Like what to not to do when you're like going to emerging market?
Okay. From my perspective, I think some projects are like underestimating the competition. Maybe they are like the key leaders in the global, but when they enter into a specific regions, they need to do some like deep research to say who are the key players in this region, and then they need to like tailor a specific like a private strategies to compete with the local guys. Yeah, I think they need to define that who are the key players in these regions.
Okay, so still localization and study your competitor as well.
I just want to add one thing, like before you enter the market, apart from like studying about the local, ensure that your products match with that local. For instance, like you want to issue a token or launching a game, for instance, would your game match with like what the local, or for example, if you want to go to Vietnam or Philippines, this type of game, you know, it will be something that they interested in or would like to play. Or sometimes when you enter to one country, but that country really like national and they want to play their own, you know, country game, then it wouldn't work for foreigners to enter with, you know, with different nationality. Yeah.
Ronnie, do you have anything to add?
Okay, I just have 2 points. So what I see, like, you know, when it's come to a new project joining a new market, you know, they have a lot to share with the new audiences, because when they're first starting with a new country, they have a lot of like enthusiasms and also like a very clear roadmap. We want to do this and this in the market, and then we want to benefit all the users. We don't want to stealing the monies from this market into our pocket. But I think to showing that a project is actually, you know, actually like, you know, dedicated in the market is based on the actions rather than their words. So we can check on whether how close they like how like what are the understanding of themselves with the target market that they are tapping into, and also like how they continuously building up the communities or growing it every day. And also many of them are too fast, like they try to making like as many, you know, events, side events, meetup, like etc. at a very short period of time. And then if the communities is not growing up as they expected, so they gonna be like less focused on the market, and then maybe they can looking for another market. So that is not something that we want to looking for, because we want to choosing the project that, you know, really understand about the target audiences and actually bring the benefit to the users in our countries, right? And by the way, you know, the mistakes, I think another mistake is like beside the localizations, it could be I think like it could be the way that they you know, using the same strategy, you know, from another market and then duplicate that into the next market. For example, same into Asia, the way that we tap into Thailand is very different when we tap into like Vietnam or maybe Korea. Is very different. You cannot like treat like Asia countries the same. You need to like understand, and then yeah, that's the most like critical you know, mistake that I see many projects that have been made, and then they are, you know, I think they are not building that well on their current market. Yeah.
Okay, actually, before we wrap up, I have one personal question off the script a little bit, but I'm curious, like, I think we have been in several cycles within these past years, like bull run, bear, a long bear, and then now I think we are more into like pre-bull or a little bit into bull already, but still in Thailand, or I don't know about Vietnam, but many Thai people perceive crypto or Web3 very, very negatively. So can you share a little bit how builders or like people in the community can contribute to educating or telling the outside people that actually the scammers are not crypto, there are a lot of builders who are still building and trying to make this happen. Like, can you share a little bit on that side?
I think basically what we have seen now on how the institutions are like more welcoming or opening to the Web3 adoption is one of the proof, because since the last cycle we see that very big institution, they are not even care about Web3, or even they are having very negative views towards the Web3, because let's say you have stocks and then you have the tokens, and then the people, when they compare the stocks and the trading market of a central exchange, they can get more chance to bumping up the portfolio a lot, but instead they also gonna be losing all. And then after the last cycle, many people, they just try to first deposit and then getting their own very first tokens, and then maybe in that time they losing the money, and then they having a very, very negative views. But I see that later on, when the more countries opening to adoption of payments using crypto as payments, so people are seeing that later on, maybe when it's becoming more legit, with more laws and policies that can protecting them from losing the money, or even to making sure that when they making the trade, they can get the enough information. The education stage is very important. And then I see that many projects, they are trying to putting out very dedicated, in the last bull run, many of them are not using the real face right now. We see a lot of people are having official conference. They are standing on a very big stage. They share about the journey and how they can show the continuously support on the growth of the Web3 industry in general. So that's where we can gradually motivating the people to be having a more open-minded to the Web3s.
I think anonymous is not a thing anymore this cycle.
Yes.
Yes, I share from Thailand side. If you can see, there are more regulated exchange register, and the SEC giving more license to the exchange in Thailand. If I don't think it's quite this time, because we just have the Bitcoin all-time high, and I see the market is green and the trading is volume is quite huge. We just have this event, BitCup Summit, organized in October 1920. We have more than 10,000 people register to the event, and about 8,000 show up. And we have more than 20,000 watching live from home. So I think it's it was educational sharing sessions about crypto, about the projects, investments, traditional investments such as properties, lands, gold, real estates, and cryptocurrency. And people want to, their open mind is the optimism, their open mind to listen. And the fact that the number that they show up at the event listening online, I think they open mind and they want to see what would be the opportunities for this, new web. Yeah.
Wow, I'm excited now.
I'm not trying to hype you.
Okay, I just want to keep it short. Beside the product side, we also have the media and network side, that they are making an effort to raise awareness of Vietnamese people about crypto, and we did it. We have done it many times ago, and I would like to share you guys here that recently the Vietnamese government just announced that they will select and establish the experimental centers for blockchain. And we are looking forward to seeing how crypto and blockchain are growing in Vietnam. Yeah.
Wow, I think today is like I had a lot of excitement from listening to you guys that there are a lot of hype and people are trying very hard to make Asia market grow a lot for crypto and Web3 as well. Do you have like a few sentences to say to the audience or like those who want to move into Asia or grow their market to Asia, Southeast Asia, for example, before we wrap up everything?
Yeah. Okay. I think it's not financial advice. Take time to like understand the Asian market and the opportunity is offers. And I think it's not just about like growing your investment, but it also a chance to broaden your network. Otherwise, you will remain an observer, watching others achieve success. Yeah, that's it.
Well, in Asia, right, it's not just about their opportunities and financials. Well, we do have the beautiful national resources. So apart from like trading,
Human resource.
no, I mean traveling in
Just
general.
kidding.
So when you enjoy, trading in your days, you can also relax with natural resources in Southeast Asia. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for any of my suggestion for the builders who are wanted to tap into Asia market is just yeah, I think like we have been mentioned over the stage, understanding about the market, having the local people, and also like try to making your project legit. And also like another important thing is like try to make your project to be unique enough so that we can impress more people, because we have seen that from the last cycle to this cycle, the number of tokens is rising a lot. So it's really hard for for people to like reading over like one by one different projects to understand. So you need to make the impression, but also you need to make it legit. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much, guys. That's for this panel. Thank you.